What's happening everyone, my name is Alex and welcome back. For this camera comparison we have the brand new Xiaomi Mi 11i and then we have the regular Mi 11. Out of the two, the Mi 11i is also the cheaper device. Now the camera systems on their backs are somewhat similar, however the biggest difference here is the fact that to the regular Mi 11 we get optical image stabilization for the main camera, where with the Mi 11i we don't. So you may see some differences because of that. So I guess enough talk, let's start by checking out some daytime pictures, and just before we do that make sure to press that like button. Alright, and we are starting with some portrait mode pictures. Well, the first thing I've noticed here is the fact that every single picture taken by the Mi 11i, so the cheaper device, seems to be sharper, so the subject in those pictures is sharper. I've also noticed that the Mi 11i has somewhat more saturated colors, however the colors aren't oversaturated. So in my opinion the Mi 11i does a bit better for portrait mode pictures than the regular Mi 11. Moving on to some zoom pictures, well here I've done 5x zoom, so neither device has a telephoto lens, so everything that you're seeing is basically digital zoom. Well here the regular Mi 11 seems to do a bit better, and that probably has a lot to do with the fact that the main camera has optical image stabilization. That will definitely help with the hand shakiness or wind. So for zoom pictures the regular Mi 11 will do a bit better. Moving on to some pictures that I took with the ultra wide lenses on the back, well here I kind of prefer the pictures taken by the Mi 11i. Most pictures taken by the regular Mi 11 seem to have a bluish tint, kind of, almost. So personally I do prefer the ones taken by the Mi 11i, not to mention they do seem a bit sharper than the ones taken by the regular Mi 11. And we are moving on to pictures that I took with the main cameras on the back of the two devices, and of course all the pictures that you are seeing now were taken on auto mode and about a second apart from each other, I'm gonna say. Well, here I can't really tell the difference. I mean, they both do equally good. All the pictures look kind of the same. The colors seem to be the same. Picture sharpness seems to be the same. The dynamic range seems to be the same. So I can't really say that one is better than the other one. So very similar for pictures taken with the main camera. So I'm gonna let you guys watch a few more pictures and I will be back right after. So what do you guys think about those daytime pictures? Personally, I think I prefer the Mi 11i for most of those pictures, but definitely leave a comment and let us know your thoughts. Next, we're moving on to some nighttime pictures, and of course for all the nighttime pictures that I took, I used the night modes on both devices. And the first set of pictures that you are seeing right now on your screen are the pictures that I took with the main cameras. Here, surprisingly enough, I find that the pictures taken by the Mi 11i are better than the ones taken by the regular Mi 11. And I was expecting it to be the other way around, because with the regular Mi 11 we actually have optical image stabilization. But it seems that every single picture, well not maybe 95% of the pictures are better from the Mi 11i. As for the pictures that I took with the ultra-wide lenses and of course that night mode, it seems that most pictures taken by the regular Mi 11 are a bit sharper. However, the regular Mi 11 doesn't handle those lights on the street that well. So in some of those pictures, the Mi 11i still does better, even though the pictures aren't as sharp as the pictures that I took with the regular Mi 11. So for nighttime pictures, once again, I feel that overall the Mi 11i does a bit better than the regular Mi 11. But leave a comment down below and let me know your thoughts. Next, we're gonna move on and check out some sample recordings that I've done with the Mi 11i and of course the regular Mi 11. Now, for video quality, well, that is fairly similar, but the image stabilization seems to be somewhat better from the regular Mi 11. That probably has to do with the fact that we have optical image stabilization for the main camera. Now, if you're recording with the ultra-wide lens, the regular Mi 11 can do 4K, but the quality of those 4K recordings done with the ultra-wide lens isn't great. So I almost feel like the 1080p recordings from the Mi 11i done with the ultra-wide camera are better. So I'll let you guys watch those sample videos and I will be right back. Alright, we have a quick 4K at 30 frames per second recording between the Xiaomi Mi 11 and the Xiaomi Mi 11i. So both devices can do 4K at 30, 4K at 60 or 8K if you're recording with the main cameras on the back. We're gonna pan left towards these buildings. And I'm also gonna walk straight for a bit. You may hear some wind and maybe some traffic aside from my voice. We're gonna walk this way. It gets a bit darker in between these two buildings. And I'm just gonna stop here and turn around once again. So yeah, this is how recording in 4K at 30 frames per second between the Xiaomi Mi 11 and the Mi 11i would look like. We are moving on to another recording between the Mi 11 and the Mi 11i, but for this recording I'm using the ultra-wide lenses on the back. Now with the Mi 11, the maximum recording resolution with the ultra-wide lens on the back is 4K at 30 frames per second, where the maximum recording resolution for the Mi 11i with the ultra-wide camera is 1080p at 30 or 1080p at 60 frames per second. So you're not going to be able to get 4K at 30 frames per second with the ultra-wide lens on the Mi 11i. So yeah, this is how a recording would look like if you're using the ultra-wide lenses on the back of the Mi 11 and the Mi 11i. We are moving on to a quick recording with the front-facing cameras on the Xiaomi Mi 11 and of course on the Xiaomi Mi 11i. Now, if you're recording with the front-facing cameras, the maximum recording resolutions on both devices is 1080p at 60 frames per second. However, we do get image stabilization at this resolution, but you're not going to be able to record in 4K if you're using this front-facing camera. Currently, it is a bit windy, so you may hear some wind aside from my voice, but other than that, fairly quiet. So yeah, this is how a recording done with the front-facing cameras on the Mi 11 and the Mi 11i would look like. Alright, we have a quick video recording in low light between the Xiaomi Mi 11 and the Xiaomi Mi 11i. For this recording, I'm using the main camera on the back of the two devices and recording in 4K at 30 frames per second. Of course, at this resolution, both devices have image stabilization. Now, maybe it's just me, maybe the screen on the Mi 11 isn't set to the maximum brightness, but I can definitely see a bit more on the screen of the Mi 11i. Again, I'm gonna have to see how this footage actually looks on the computer. So yeah, this is how recording in low light between the Mi 11 and the Mi 11i would look like in low light. So what do you guys think? Which one do you prefer for those video recordings? The Mi 11i or the regular Mi 11? Definitely leave a comment and let us know. Moving on to some selfies, well, not that much of a difference here, and I'm talking about the daytime selfies and even the nighttime selfies. For the nighttime selfies, neither device does that great, and for daytime selfies, they do seem fairly similar. So there you have it, the Mi 11i versus the regular Mi 11. Personally, I feel that the Mi 11i, even though it is cheaper, does better than the regular Mi 11. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to press that like button and I will see you in the next one.